everybody, welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here, my name is Gabrielle, and on this channel I talk about books and writing. And today we are talking Shadowhunter books and how to read them. Now I have a list of 3 ways that you can read these books, and none of these are the correct way. These are the ways that I would suggest doing. So let's get started, shall we? So the first way is publication order. We have City of Bones, City of Ashes, City of Glass, Clockwork Angel, City of Fallen Angels, Clockwork Prince, City of Lost Souls, Clockwork Princess, The Bane Chronicles, City of Heavenly Fire, Tales from the Shadowhunter Academy, Lady Midnight, Lord of Shadows, Ghosts of the Shadow Market, Queen of Air and Darkness, The Red Scrolls of Magic, Chain of Gold, The Lost Book of the White, and finally Chain of Iron. So that was publication date way of reading it, and then whatever books are going to be published in the future, then you would read those next in that publication order for the future books that will be published. Now this second way, it's kind of like a series binge way if you like reading one entire series and going to the next. So here is the second way. So the first series would be the Mortal Instruments. We have City of Bones, City of Ashes, City of Glass, City of Fallen Angels, City of Lost Souls, City of Heavenly Fire, and then we would have the Infernal Devices trilogy. We have Clockwork Angel, Clockwork Prince, and Clockwork Princess. And then we have the Bane Chronicles, Tales from the Shadowhunter Academy. Next we have the Dark Artifices, Lady Midnight, Lord of Shadows, Queen of Air and Darkness. And then we have the Eldest Curses. There are only 2 books right now. I don't know if there's more. I think there's going to be a 3rd one, so whatever the 3rd one is, you would add on to this. So we have the first book, the Red Scrolls of Magic, and then we have the second book, the Lost Book of the White, and the next book I do not have, so, or at least in physical form. That would be Ghosts of the Shadow Market. And next we have The Last Hours. There is going to be a 3rd book, so the 3rd book you would add on after the second book of the series if you're using this way of reading the books. We have the first book, Chain of Gold, and then we have the second book, Chain of Iron, and then the 3rd book would be Chain of Thorns. And then next we have a book that you necessarily don't really need to read. I've already brought that up, I think, but just in case if I haven't, this book you don't really need to read, and that would be the Shadowhunters Codex. Basically the Shadowhunter law book, rules, info, everything like that. That's what this is. That was the second way, and now the way that I read these books, if you're going to use how I read these books, I'm going to add in some books that I haven't read yet so you can read them so it works out for you better. So I never knew that the Infernal Devices existed until after I read the entire Mortal Instruments series. I thought it was the only thing in that world. No, it wasn't. So I started out with the Mortal Instruments, and then I went to the Infernal Devices, and then we have the Dark Artifices, and the Last Hours. Now, if you're going, you can do it the way that I did it, just like that, but you might have to skip like the novellas, because things that are brought up in maybe, oh my god, things that are brought up in maybe the Dark Artifices were probably mentioned in this book first. I don't really know which book is. If you're going to read this book, read it after read it after the Moral Instruments. Read it after City of Heavenly Fire. I know that that's when you should probably read this book if you're going to read it my way. And basically, if you're going to read it my way, you can read it my way. And if you want to read this book, this book, and these books, and the book that I don't have a physical copy of, Ghost of the Shadow Market, you can throw these in there in the correct order that you should throw them in there. Make sure to, if you want these to also be read without possible spoilers, you might want to throw these in there, publication date with these. I don't really know. Or you can throw these two books and Ghost of the Shadow Market before the last hours. And then these two books you can throw in before you start the Dark Artifices. So it's basically like the second way, except I read the Moral Instruments first and then the Infernal Devices. But other than that, that's my tips and how you can read them. I hope it helped. Probably didn't. I wouldn't blame you. It is confusing. So that was this video, and I really do hope it helped you in some way. And if anything, I'm just going to say, for first-time readers, I guess, or people who want to read the series, just read in publication order. That might make it way easier and less confusing. You can make a little list on your phone or something of which book of the books in order of how you should read it in publication date. Or you can do the second way, or how I did it. It's really up to you. And I just really hope more people will start reading them. And I hope this was in some way helpful. That would be it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. And if you are subscribed, just in case, make sure that the notification bell is on so you don't miss a video from me. And if you would like to subscribe, same goes. But you would also have to hit the subscribe button. That's really all I want to say about that, because I hate doing that, because it's like, you shouldn't subscribe if I tell you to do it. You should subscribe if you want to do it, and if you like this video and other videos on my channel. I will see you in the next video, and go read or write a book. Bye. Ghost of the Shadow Market. And wow, I put a sticky note in here. So this is just basically Shadowhunter info and rules, blah, 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 blah. Ah, my camera's gonna die. No! No, you can't. Don't die. Don't die. Okay, so my way of reading it would be, that would be it for this video. Is this you? There's so many books, I don't know where to start. I'm so... What do you mean? What do you mean? There's this book and this book and then there's this book. Do I have to read this book? I don't know. It might be important. Who knows? Where do I start? What are all these books about? Where do I start? What order do I read all these books? I don't know. There's so many and I'm so confused. What do I do? Well, let me tell you what you are going to do and how you are going to read these books.